All right, guys, what's going on? I wanted to talk about the UFC White House card real quick. Um, Obviously, it's like the top topic right now as far as the UFC goes. So, wanted to kind of go over what I thought about it. Um, let's start out with the first fight. So, Steve Garcia versus Diego Lopez. It's actually a pretty good fight. I can't really lie. It's gonna be entertaining. Both these guys are pretty good. We know Diego Lopez likes to scrap. Um, I just saw a stat about Diego Lopez that he's got some of the craziest, like every event that he's on is a really big event. He was on UFC 300. He was at the Sphere. He's about to be on the Freedom 250 card here. Um, so as far as this fight goes, I'm pretty okay with it. Now, does it live up to the hype of what this card was supposed to be? Not really. I think the problem people are having with this card isn't that it's bad, but it doesn't live up to what it was supposed to be. You know, when you have a video of Trump and he's saying it's going to be amazing, there's 8 title fights, and every fighter is a legendary fighter. It's going to be the best. It's probably the best card ever. Um, yeah, when you have stuff like that happening, it's really hard to live up to the hype, and the UFC, they kind of do that a lot. There's a lot of super hype on things that they do, and it's really hard to live up to that. Now, if you're smart, you knew there was not going to be 8 title fights on this card. It's literally impossible. Um, but anyways, first fight, Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia, pretty good. I'm excited to watch that one. This one right here is probably the one that makes the least amount of sense on the card. Well, kind of. We'll get to that later. But Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Bo Nickel on the card? Sure. Why not? All American type of guy, you know, flag on his back type shit. It's cool. But having his opponent be Kyle Dawkins makes relatively no sense because people do know Bo Nickel. He is a big name, aside from the fact that he's not even ranked in the division and he just, you know, RDR put him down and then we see what RDR is going through. But either way, Kyle Dawkins being on this card is insane. No disrespect to him at all, but it makes no sense. I mean, Bo Nickel versus Colby fucking Covington would have been better and more entertaining. Potentially. I don't know. I guess we'll see what's going on with this guy. But either way, this fight makes no sense. It really has no place being on a card that's supposed to be like the best thing ever. Um, if anything, I feel like they should have gave Bo someone that's another crack at, you know, the rankings maybe, you know, like anybody from like 10 to 15 potentially. Um, but maybe he just said he wasn't ready for that and he didn't want to do something like that. And so they gave him Kyle Dawkins. Um, yeah, this fight makes no sense. We're gonna move on. But right here, Hoofy versus Michael Chandler. You know, a lot of people are mad at this one, and I understand. I I understand. This is supposed to be Connor. This is supposed to be McGregor versus Chandler. But with the way the UFC works, it's a business, okay? They're not gonna put Connor on a card that's gonna sell itself. They want to put Connor on a card that's just some random, you know, numbered event in some random city because then he's gonna elevate that card so much. So Roofy, Hoofy, however you want to say it, versus Chandler. This should be very entertaining. As much as people hate Michael Chandler, he puts on entertaining fights. He either beats the shit out of somebody or he gets the shit beat out of him. So either way, we're gonna see 90% chance we're gonna see Rufy completely knock out Michael Chandler cold. And it's going to be a highlight. And it's going to boost Rufy, which is what they want. Um, and then even on the off chance that Michael Chandler wins this fight, they have someone from the U.S. on the White House card beating someone from a different country. And that was another thing about this one. This one's two U.S. fighters, so I guess no matter what happens, that's a dub for the U.S. and a good thing for the card. So maybe that's why they did that. But yeah, this fight should be very entertaining. It should be a booster fight to push Rufy a little bit more up the rankings. Um, at lightweight, um, I don't really know where he goes after that. But anyways, this is the other fight that I was kind of alluding to. This one also doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, it should be O'Malley versus Sanhagen. Everybody's saying that. It's pretty obvious. I haven't seen anybody go, "Oh yes, Ayman Zahabi, let's go." He usually just has decisions where he keeps it pretty close with his opponents. Um, it should be entertaining for Sean O'Malley fans though, because I mean, this guy's more than likely not going to be taking him down round after round, and Sean O'Malley should be able to get a TKO, stoppage here. He's a lot more of a precise kickboxer than Zahabi is, so we'll see how that goes. Um, I mean, really, the only good thing about this guy is Faraz Zahabi is his coach, and you know, so no disrespect to him though. He is ranked number 6, so on a 7-fight win streak, but this should be a pretty easy stoppage for Sean O'Malley. All right, so I want to move on to this one. It's a great fight. I just need to start off by saying that heavyweight interim title fight between Alex Pereira and Cyril Gahn. This motherfucker right here, I cannot stand. Like, let's go look. Let's see. Let's view fight history. Okay. Title shot. Robbery. This one is fine. Let's see what else he's got. Title shot. Ty just threw this fight almost. His fat ass ran out of gas, literally. Title shot. I mean, I don't know why. And I know that Jones is not on the card. They wanted to do Jones Pereira and that fell out because of whatever reason. By the way, having Dana and Jones going back and forth and Dana completely lying about him being in negotiations with John Jones for this fight is crazy. Now I see both sides. Why would you give John Jones, however much he's asking for, 30 million, if you can't trust him to show up for the fight because of the thing that happened with Tom Aspinall, da 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 da. But Alex Pereira should be a much easier fight than Tom Aspinall would be for John Jones. Okay? Give him the fucking money. This card is already big, but would be significantly bigger with John Jones's names on it. Also, if he fights Alex Pereira, you have one of two things that's going to happen. Either he actually retires after winning, or since it's an interim title fight, he will be there waiting to fight Aspinall, hopefully, afterwards. Okay? Cyril Gahn is getting rewarded for eye-poking Tom Aspinall and stopping the fight, damn near ruining the card, definitely ruining the main event. Okay? And he's getting to fight Alex Pereira. Now, I'm going to say Alex wins, but it is an interesting stylistic matchup. They're both strikers, kickboxer type of guys. The main difference, though, is if Alex's power translates over to heavyweight, which it probably will. Cyril Gahn doesn't really have that. Not like Alex. I mean, no one really does. But he is going to be the bigger guy. And we'll see how that goes. Now, this fight, Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje as the main event. They're unifying the interim and undisputed title. Whoever wins this is the lightweight champion. I think we all know Ilya is probably getting a round one knockout. He had one of the coldest quotes when he was talking about this fight when it got announced. Something along the lines of, Justin, it'll be quick. When you wake up, it'll all already be over. Right? That's fucking cold. Okay? And I believe him. The last time he was out, he said something similar about Charles. He celebrated the victory the night before. The night before the fight, he was celebrating with his family and his team and his friends about winning a fight he wasn't even in yet. And then what happens? He goes out there and fucking starches Charles in round one. Completely. I mean, Charles had never been knocked out at the point, and I mean, he slept him badly, badly. Shout out MMA Guru. But anyways, it probably happens again. I don't see why it wouldn't. I love Justin Gaethje. Tough as fuck. He can definitely scrap. I mean, if you guys watched the Patty Justin fight, that was pretty entertaining. But Ilya's boxing is so crisp, so clean, and Justin gets hit all the time. He's gonna get clipped. He's gonna fall face first, and then Ilya's gonna drop a rose in the middle of the fucking octagon. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. Now, I wanted to talk real quick. Also, this fight should be Ilya versus Islam for the welterweight title. It just should be. Because at this point, it's starting to get to the point where we're going to have to wonder, like, do we ever get that fight? I mean, Armin Sarukian deserves a title shot. And he's saying on the Jackson podcast, hey, after this fight between Ilya and Justin, I should be fighting the winner. And it's not official, but that's what they're telling me. And I agree. He should be fighting for a title. But I think we all want to see Ilya move up. We all want to see him fight Islam. Ideally, actually, it would be at 155. Because I think Islam does have a much bigger physical advantage at 170. But either way, we need to see this fight happen. And it's starting to look like we may not see it happen. So, I don't really know. But as far as this card goes, I do understand the frustration and all the shit talk people have been doing about it. It does make sense. They promoted it like it was going to be the best thing we could ever possibly see. And it's pretty good. I mean, if this was a normal numbered event, people would be losing their minds. But there is definitely things that they could do better. Real quick, too, before I end this video. Ali Abdulaziz, fuck you. You are the biggest piece of shit. I fucking hate you. Okay? You manage these guys. You manage Magomed Ankalaev, Islam. You actually manage Justin. You manage a lot of fighters. And for these Dagestani, Russian, Caucasus Mountain motherfuckers, they don't even get on social media. They don't make tweets. They don't make posts. You do all that for them. And all you do is consistently, that was a really bad way of saying the word consistently. All you do is consistently embarrass them with your tweets. You tweeted back at Ilya, basically admitting that first you said that that Islam never turned down the fight or never pulled out or whatever. And then in so many words afterwards, you basically just admitted that that's exactly what happened. Also, they said, oh, Islam has a hand injury. Listen, you are the champ. You should be more active. And you have plenty of time to heal your fucking hand before June. You haven't fought in November. November was the last time you fought. November was the last time you fought. You fought JDM in November. Get the fuck back in there. This guy is chasing you up 3 weight classes. Fight him. You're probably going to win. You're much bigger. And also, aside from Ali Abdulaziz, Islam fans / Dagestani fans are the most insufferable people. I just don't understand it. Every time I see one of them commenting about the Ilya versus Islam fight, they're saying, oh, why would he fight a guy that's at 155 and only 1-0 at 155? Dude, he is the active champion at 155. He KO'd Charles to get the belt, who we just saw dog walk Max Holloway for 5 rounds fucking straight. Okay? Charles was already the champ at 155 before Islam came up and finished him for the belt. Ilya finished him quicker. Ilya finished Max Holloway, who had never been knocked out either. Ilya finished Volk, and yes, you can say, oh, it's after Islam knocked him out, and da-da-da-da. It doesn't matter. He knocked him out too. Okay? No, none of you that were saying, oh, why would he go back down to 155? Why would he do that? None of you were saying that when Volk, who is a little bit smaller than Ilya, moved up to 155 to fight Islam. It was like, oh my God, he beat Islam, or sorry, excuse me, he beat Volk, oh my God. And by the way, Volk won the first fight. Are you with the ball? All right, that's all I got to say about this. Thank y'all. Peace.